Hello NIS practitioners and welcome. Many have asked, what are you going to share with us in Masters 2019? I'm going to share with you trauma. What do you mean trauma? I've had no trauma. I have had no birth trauma. I've had no accidents. I'm going to ask you the question now. Ever had a cough? Ever had a cold? Ever had constipation, diarrhea, stomach pains? Ever had sciatica? Ever had sore necks, sore backs? Ever had a headache, lightheadedness? We're talking about functional trauma. How do we investigate that? We investigate it, thankfully, because of science. And science has found that we have a movie running in our life every day, and it's recording the stumbling blocks of difficulties that we've had since we were babies. And then while we were in school, while we were at university, while we were in partnerships, in the workplace. These are all overlaid and recorded, the stumbling blocks of our life. And they're recorded in dendritic memory. We now have access to understand how that has formed these patterns called ailments. You're living with them in some way. And so we have now got access to that and looking at 9 complex patterns of neurological significance that have been cleverly disguised and never ever allowed to function normally. These are patterns of illness, and they continue. Week in, week out, by the minute. Then we have things like you were just processing something, the phone rang. Oh, I've forgotten what I was involved in at that moment. Sounds simple, doesn't it? It's with you every day. That's a sensory distraction. That's a lot more complex than that. There are 7 platforms that disrupt the signaling to where? Every part of our body, every cell, every gland, therefore every muscle, therefore structure. Huge component. 7 of our 12 human body systems, respiratory and digestive and so forth, fail to regain their status of normality, and they've failed to regain homeostatic function. Serious. In that, one of those systems is the cardiovascular system. So we're going to unpack that and have a look at the arrhythmias. Arrhythmias? I don't have an arrhythmia. Be careful. Tired, lightheaded, bit headachy, not clear. Oh, I've got fibromyalgia. Have you? What can you do if your oxygen and nutrition is not circulating around your system every 23 seconds? Those sort of things are going to be wonderful because they show up within half an hour of treatment. What about that awful disease called cystic fibrosis? For the first time, we're going to show you what NIS does to take away the life-threatening and disability that goes along with that awful disease process. cystic fibrosis. Very exciting. Do you know that your glandular type, you have in that typing a specific muscle weakness applicable only to that type? And there's 4 types. So we're going to have a look at that, each and every one of us. Retained reflexes, focus, hand-eye coordination, eye tracking, makes you tired, disables our learning process. Very important. Where are we going to have all of these lovely things to look at and share? Germany, Munich, Germany, 13, 14, 15 September. Gold Coast, Australia, 26, 27, 28 September. Vancouver, beautiful place, 11, 12, 13 October. You know, you might have had a rough road going along up until now. We're going to do the checks and balances and see if we can just smooth out this process, smooth out your journey. It'll be my privilege to help you in whatever way I can, and I look forward to it. Thank you for your time.